And we also did it on the rocket stove using charcoal, which is a couple of new things we've done today. And I just want to submit this video to Soul Survivor ×2. Not really as another intro into their contest. I don't know if there's a limit on that or not, but I just want to share with people that are interested in this kind of thing, practicing your survival cooking. And this turned out pretty good. I hadn't tried charcoal before. It's not really good probably for boiling water, but for a lower cooking desirability of like hot dogs and meats and stuff you don't want to burn too bad, this is a good way to work. Hi Diego, today we are doing spiral cut hot dogs on the rocket stove. Another disaster survival preparedness. The rocket stove is one of the means we will use to cook in the event of an emergency disaster where we cannot access the modern conveniences we have in our kitchen. Now the cool thing about these spiral cut hot dogs is you cut them in a spiral, and it works better if you have these smaller ones that don't fit into a normal sized bun. And when you cut them all up and you cook them, if they're not bacon wrapped, they'll stretch out 20 to 40% more than their original size, so they look kind of cool that way, and you can put condiments in the grooves and stuff like that. And when you wrap them with bacon, you don't get any of that, but you get a really cool bacon wrapped hot dog. And you can cut all the way to 2/3 of the way through. I try to keep it about 30 to 45%. And you can do narrower cuts or you can do longer cuts. You know, we could have more cuts here. You can even do little artwork if you want. Doesn't matter, it's real easy. You don't need a stick or a skewer. You just roll the hot dog, slice your knife through, roll the hot dog, slice the knife through, roll the hot dog. And when you get really good, you can roll the hot dog and slice the knife through. And then they become even quicker to do. Provided you have not had too many adult beverages before starting. Well, that's a pretty cool trick. That's even easier. Hi Diego! Howdy YouTube! Welcome to our show today. It's on day 115 non-stop barbecue days in a row. And today we are grilling up some spiral cut hot dogs. That's right, on the rocket stove. We're practicing up some more survival techniques. You've seen me use this stove before. I will continue to use it, and I'm going to try something different today. We're going to try some charcoal. See if I can get some charcoal working with it. There are other brands of this stove are designed to use charcoal. This one is not, so I'm just going to see. I'm going to try and use some charcoal today. I went ahead and top loaded the stove with some dry bark pieces and twigs, a little bit of paper on the bottom. We got some backup fuel here to drop in, and we got these charcoals just laying on top of these twigs down here. So the idea is I'll just be feeding the charcoal in with the twig. As I shove the twigs forward, the charcoal will move forward, and that will all get the charcoal going, and then the charcoal will provide the heat, sustained heat for the cook. And as many of you know, I like to use this folding grill, as it's an accessory I got, I think, at World Market Plus, Cost Plus. And then I use the kettle thing. We set it like this, and this allows the heat to come up and dissipate so you can cook more food more evenly. And it keeps the hot dogs from rolling off the grill. So that's why I do that. We're going to start it with my, you always got to click it, oh, that's only twice, 2 or 3 times lighter. And once you do, it's really hard to put out. There we go. It smokes for a bit, and the rocket starts taking off, and it stops smoking at all. I should have brushed that off with my barbecue brush. Oops. As I said, this charcoal stuff is an experiment. This stove is not rated for charcoal. Alright, the sticks are dying down and the charcoal's starting to burn. And for those of you that have been watching my videos, you know that I went to a welding shop and I had a custom piece made for my stove. You do not need these in the least. But what it does is if the fire burns out here, it keeps the fuel going in, so you don't have to worry if you miss it. Kind of helps with the rocket effect a bit, but not a lot. Not really a lot. And we've got some good heat going on there. The charcoal looks like it's burning. So the charcoal down there, that's the black pieces. Alright, for those of you barbecuers that know mesquite, you can see that it is putting off its sparks. This means it's starting to cook. We're going to give it a minute or two and then we're going to put that grill on it and we're going to cook up some hot dogs and eat. Alright, that charcoal is working pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and put the grill on. We've got 1 2/2 pieces that are white and they're inside the chamber. We still got some twigs burning behind that. I just keep kind of tossing those forward a little bit. We don't mind if they burn out into the fire chamber. And then let's get the grate on and let it heat up. Well, the majority of the heat does usually come on this side of the rocket stove because it goes this way, but with this grate and that ring, it actually spreads the heat out really well. If you're cooking burgers, it's better to set it this way. It heats it up even better, but dogs might tend to fall off that way, so we're just going to set it this way. Wait a second for it to heat up. And then we're going to put our dogs on it. Start this way and we'll just keep rotating them around as they cook. And you do want to leave a space in between them so the heat can escape and cook around the sides of them. And then yeah, it feels like you just kind of feel where your heat's coming up, and with the exception of this one, they feel pretty good, all getting even amounts of heat. So we're going to let these cook for a minute or two, and then we're going to roll them. And then we're going to let them cook and roll them and let them cook and roll them, and we're going to be done. Won't that be fun? Alright, now the cool thing about this rocket stove is if you've ever used mesquite, even though it's not as bad as briquettes and many other forms of charcoal, it does leave that little bit of a bitter smell. Not so on the rocket stove. I think that's really cool. I mean, briquettes might even work okay on the rocket stove, although I doubt it. I don't know if they can clean that much pollution. Anyway, so the next time we move this one over here, we roll them all over, and that's what we do every 2 to 3 minutes. That simple, that easy. If you want, you can stretch them out a little bit, but you do not need to do that. Well, that's spiral cut hot dogs on the rocket stove using charcoal. All new technique, food, and everything else here. And Angie says we're out of hot dog buns, so we're going to be using hamburger buns. That'll be new too. Not really, but kind of. I'm really liking this charcoal. I can't see what's going on down there, but it's providing a lot of heat and I'm not having to worry about the wood. I like that. Let's put this guy up. Roll. Look at this technique, man. That is difficult, isn't it? Actually, we're going to roll it into place. So it'll be more like that. And so by the time I'm done rolling, every dog will have went through the hottest spot. Woohoo, doggy! Thumbs up, Jimbo Jitsu BBQ. Man, that is good. Nothing like food sizzling over an open fire, isn't there? I mean, what better meal is there than one that's cooked over an open fire? And look, no smoke from the fire or briquettes. Charcoal, excuse me. Lazari lump charcoal, gourmet version. Love those guys. I'm a convert. You all need to get yourself some. They're a sustainable company out of Mexico. Man, that smells good, let me tell you. Almost done now. Here we have our spiral cut hot dogs, and you can see how much more bigger they get. Anyways, Angie's good. We're gonna have them on hamburger buns, so we're just gonna cut them in half. Get Angie's food going for her. Oh, look at that master slice! Ta-da! 2 gonna be enough for you? 1 per bun. All right. In case you didn't know how to make a hot dog bun, here's how I do it. A hamburger bun into a hot dog bun. Get a little bit of mayo going there. Cover all the pores on your bread. Need something, babe? Then a bit of relish. Then your hot dog. You know, if you think you want 1.5 per bun, go ahead and do that for yourself, because that's what cooking food's all about, what you want. Making it taste right. Now I'm gonna see, I don't have any fresh onions cut up. I also have fresh onions on this, and it really wouldn't hurt to do some cheese. But that's it. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have it with some chips and a glass of amber, and we're doing good. Spiral cut dogs on the rocket stove. Day 115. Alright, we don't know how this is gonna work, so I'll just squat down here a little bit. Don't have a camera crew. Take a bite. Nice barbecue flavor.
Shucks, that's good.